Let's talk about obedience for a moment. It's a loaded word. Following impulse of source, perhaps you could call that obedience, but obedience is usually a word that is more reserved for doing something that you really don't want to do because some human wants you to do it, because your inner being will never demand cooperation from you. Your inner being will only shine a light on where you mean to go, so that you can use your free will to follow that or not. But there's no obedience and therefore no punishment if that following doesn't take place. Yeah, good.
Yes. So I've been living a nice life. I mean, I think most of the time I've been following my feelings, my impulses, and I learned that. So the airtime that I give to my thoughts, good feeling thoughts, in average are much higher than the other ones.
Good.
The difficulties and everything else. Today I look forward to, I look for good feeling thoughts.
And benefit in everything.
Yeah. So so in general I feel good. Let me ask one thing. I have 3 kids. 2 of them don't talk to me. And I'm okay in this sense. I'm okay in the sense that...
because you're not demanding obedience from them?
No, I don't. No, it's not the point. The point is
They don't talk to you?
They don't talk to me. For whatever reason, it's their reason.
Yeah?
And I respect that.
And how do you feel about them?
I feel love them. I love them. I love them, and I open anytime they want.
So that's the best you can do, yes.
Yeah. So I feel good about the people around me, my mother or my family. They say, how come you can live and have be happy without your children?
And yet there's a little contradiction here, because your mother did not demand your obedience.
Yeah, but what I mean is that I try to sometimes I try to say, well, Mom, I'm happy just to see them happy, and I trying to convince them, or trying to go to them and convince them of whatever, or asking what was the problem, is not going to make it. Whenever they are ready to talk to me, I'll be here.
All right, so we want to talk to you about this. In this relationship with these children who are not talking to you, does it feel to you that there's any desire that has been born out of that? In other words, do you desire to talk to them?
Sure.
All right, so out of that experience, you've launched some desire that currently is different than what you're living. You would like to have a relationship with them that you currently don't have. Is that right?
In good terms.
Yeah, we get that. So you would like to have a relationship with them.
I think it's natural to know your grandkids and everything else.
Well, it's natural to love, and it's natural to be loved, and there are a lot of things that humans do and call normal that are really not normal to your connection. In other words, it's normal for people to be pretty hard on each other, but that's not what your inner being chooses. And when you are hard on someone, you're not in full connection or even close to it, to who you really are. And so what we're getting at here is, if you're living something different than what you really want or what's in your vortex, then that means you have something going on with your point of attraction that is not in harmony with your desire. So your words are saying, I would like a relationship with you, come to me, but your vibration must be saying, don't come, or you can't come, or I can't get you to come. So your observation of what is actually in the way of what you want. Make sense? So what might you do about that? What could you do? Can you think of anything that you might do so that your vibration is more in harmony with what you want?
I don't make...
Because you're not going to go there yet, and we really want you to, so we're going to stop you right here. We want you to own your vibration. We want you to acknowledge, I got a vibration going, and my vibration that's going is mostly upon what I've been observing. So I made a very powerful statement. My two children don't talk to me. They don't talk to me. That's a reality that is. And your awareness of that reality is so frequent that you can't get what you want because you've got a frequent awareness of what is. Are you hearing? Which is normal, because what you've got is what you're observing, and what you're observing is what you're offering vibrationally, and what you're offering vibrationally is what you're getting, and what you're getting is what you're observing, and what you're observing is what you're, but that's all beside the point. The only thing that is the point is, do you want something different than what you've got? Yes. Then the answer is, you got to spend less time noticing what you've got and more time observing what's in your vortex. You started out with perfect words to us as you acknowledged that you were different than your siblings, but that your mother didn't demand sameness. So we're asking that you don't demand sameness of your family, or sameness of your children, or sameness of yourself. We're just asking that you do something sort of radical and different, which is that you find good feeling thoughts mostly about them that have nothing to do with whether they talk to you or not. This is the thing that's really interesting. It feels to you like you're responding to them, to their wishes, but really it's never just you responding to them. They're responding to you too. Everybody's vibrations are responding to everybody's vibrations. So you can't do anything about what anybody else is vibrating, but you have everything to do about what you are vibrating. But you've got to acknowledge what you're offering vibrationally before you can do something different. And so if you could just begin by saying, I'm pushing them away at the same time I'm trying to call them to me. And the way I'm pushing them away is by acknowledging that they're away. That's all it is. I'm not pushing them away. I'm just noticing that they're away, and my noticing that they're away doesn't let them in. Well, what if you stopped noticing that they're away? Maybe you should stop talking to your mother, because she's the one that's really noticing that and bringing it to your attention. So when they're in your thoughts, they're not away. When you're loving them, they're not away. When you are acknowledging their value and their brilliance, they're not away. Just understand this. Just start thinking of them as here, not away. It really helps when someone croaks in this way. When someone croaks, you don't expect them to come to Thanksgiving dinner in that same way. And so you can have thoughts about them without expecting things from them that they're probably not going to give you. So we're asking you to adopt, just for a little while, a vibrational relationship with them, almost as if they've made their transition. Adopt a vibrational relationship with them so that you don't have any of that resistance about what they are or are not doing. And it is our promise to you that when your vibration changes, they'll come right in. Now, what you're a little worried about is when they get there, they might argue with you, or they might disagree with you, or they might choose a different life than you're choosing. You can work the kinks out of all of that. You can become so inner being like that they will have no reason to resist you. You can just love them unconditionally, so much so that that's the singular vibration that you're sending out. Now it's going to take a little while, because everybody does, you've been sending a vibration that you didn't mean to send for a while. So there's some momentum that's still kind of in the way of them coming in. But it's sort of like every step forward you spew this inky green mist, and every step forward you spew a little more of it, and every step forward you spew a little more of it. So there's always inky green mist everywhere you go. But at some point, if you stop spewing it, you'll walk out of it after a little while. There won't be any more, because if you don't keep spewing it, there won't be any more. So after a little while, you won't be spewing the vibration that is keeping you from letting them in. Did you hear those words? Not keeping them out, not making them make the decision to stay away from you. After a little while, you'll stop keeping them away. You'll cease that. And when you cease that, they'll come in, because they're not staying out on purpose. They just can't buck your current. And you're offering a current you don't even know you're offering, because your desire is that you be with them. You just don't realize that your own vibration is opposite of your desire to be with them.
I do realize. I have some resistance. I do realize.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it
This
is, but
is
it
a
doesn't
really
matter.
good conversation. Are you following? How many times are you wanting something from someone but expecting something different and getting what you expect rather than what you want, and then blaming them for their stubbornness to only give you what you don't want instead of what you do want, and you not taking any ownership for what you're offering vibrationally.